Hello students, in the last video we discussed about the chapter 5 market equilibrium and the equilibrium prices, equilibrium quantity and excess demand, excess supply and out of equilibrium here in invisible hand according to Adam Smith and market equilibrium a fixed number of firms. It is a 6 marks questions we studied with help of this one diagram and next we solved the 6 marks question. I given the solution in the last video and next wage determination in a labor market. It covers 1 or 2 marks with the help of this diagram and I also given the homework. And next in this video we discussing about microeconomics continuation part of a 5th chapter, shift in a demand and a supply. When it is a shifts of the demand curve and demand supply curve, here rightwards and leftwards of the demand curve and supply curve. We studied market equilibrium under the assumptions that taste and preference of the consumers, price of the related commodity. We know that assumptions of the consumer in theory of the in the chapter theory of the consumer behavior. That assumes that assumptions of that taste and preference of the consumers, price of the related commodities, income of the consumers, technology, size of the market, price of the input used in productions, etc. remains constant. Other things remains constant. These things remains constant. Use the however, with the change in one or more of these factors, it means taste and preference of the consumer, price of the commodity, or related price of the commodity, price of the commodity, etc. will be changes. These factors changes. These factors either the supply or the demand curve or both many shift, thereby affecting the equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. Here we first develop the general theory of the outlines the impact of these shifts on equilibrium and then discuss the impact of changes in the same of the above mentioned factors on the equilibrium. This topic shifts in a demand and supply. This topic covers 1 marks questions only, not 4 and 6 marks question, 1 marks only, or fill in the blanks or some as following or choose the correct answer or one word sentence. That will be covers only this shift in the demand supply. First we see here shift in a demand. When the shift, suppose change the prices change at the shift, how the demand curve shift rightwards or leftwards when the price increase or decreases. We can help with the help of these diagrams, then only we can understand how the shift of the demand curve. This is the A panel and this one is the B panel. This one is the A panel and this one is the B panel. Here same ಇದನ್ನ diagram ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. Here OY axis it is the price, OX axis it is the quantity in the panel A. Same panel B also, O axis it is the quantity, OY axis it is the prices of the quantity demanded. Just we are studying about the demand, that's why here given the quantity of a demand or quantity of a demand here. This one is the P0 or P0 or Q0. These are the equilibrium quantity and equilibrium prices when the intersect of the SS curve and DD curve, demand curve and SS curve, intersect point it is. This one is the intersect point. Here also one is the intersect point when the shift of the demand curve. Suppose price is increased. Here this one is the equilibrium point of the DD. It means equilibrium quantity and equilibrium prices. When the price is 10 rupees ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು quantity equilibrium ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Suppose in the market prices are increased from P0 to P2 prices. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ P2 ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ P1 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಲ್ಲೇ P2, ಇಲ್ಲಿ P1 ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ P2 ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ P2 ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. Don't confusion here. Here P0 to P2, here price increases 10 rupees to 15 rupees increase ಆತ. the demand curve also shift rightwards here, because here intersect point, second intersect point of the SS curve and SS0 curve, it means equilibrium supply curve, and DD1 shift curve, DD1 curve shift from here to here. It means the curve when the price increases ಆದಾಗ the demand curve, equilibrium demand curve shift of the rightwards of the original demand curve. This is the original demand curve. Original curve in the it will be shift of the rightwards here. It's create another one equilibrium point here, because of the reason this is the SS original curve from this one. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ original curve ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ form ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. This is G point, equilibrium point, demand DD1 equals to the SS0 here. SS0 means equilibrium supply curve. This one, when the price increases atandra demand curve shift of the rightwards. Suppose when the price decreases from P0, same I taken here P0 to P1. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 10 rupees is 5 rupees decrease, the price decreases. The demand curve, this is the original demand curve, same as it is shown here. This one is the original demand curve. This original demand curve from a DD0 and SS0 here, and equilibrium point Q0, it is the equilibrium point, P0, it is the equilibrium price here. Original demand curve, it shift the leftwards. It's make here another one F, makes F here given the G rightwards, and this one is the leftward shift of the demand curve when the price decreases. Price kadimi ittu antandra leftward shift ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. original curve shift of the leftwards. ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್. ವೆನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ increases the demand curve shift of the rightwards. When the price decreases in the market, demand curve shift the leftwards of the original demand curve. This is the quantity of demanded, and here this one is the quantity of demanded. This is the shift of the demand curve when the price increase and decreases. Don't forget it. Price increases, the demand curve shift rightwards. Price decreases, original price means P0, equilibrium price. Equilibrium price the price decrease aatu antandra, that is the shift of the leftwards of the demand curve. This is the shift of the demand curve. I just given the explanation here, A panel and B panel here. To basic it is to understand the shift of the demand curve here. Next, shift in a supply curve when the price changes. Shift in the supply curve. Supply curve ಯಾವಾಗ shift ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, rightwards and leftwards. ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು, ನಾವು law of demand and law of supply ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, law of demand, according to law of demand, price increases means supply increases, demand decreases. But when the price decreases means demand increases but supply decreases. From this point we can see price increase means here increase the supply, price decreases means decrease the supply. Here we can see a shift in the supply curve. We can explain with the help of these diagrams here. Here also I given the A panel and B panel. Quantity means here supply, quantity of a supply. This one quantity of a supply, QS and here QS. Here OYXS prices and OYXS here also prices, and OXXS quantity of supply, OYXS quantity of supply. A panel and B panel. When the same as it is P0, P2. P2 means on the P0 it is the equilibrium price. Q0 means equilibrium quantity of the supply quantity, not a demand it is. I am just explaining the supply curve. Here this one is the supply Q0, and this one is a Q0, it is the equilibrium quantity and equilibrium prices it is. Here also price variation, price increases, the demand curve shift. This one is the original demand curve, supply curve, and this one is the demand curve. This one is the supply curve. Here equilibrium, E point is the equilibrium point. This is the equilibrium price, and this one is the equilibrium quantity. When the prices increases from P0 to P2 ga prices increases, same as this is demand. Price increases atandra supply curve shift from here from here to here. It means leftwards, supply curve leftwards shift of the SS2 curve here. SS2 curve ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ leftwards supply. Just for think it, when the prices increases, supply curve shift rightwards. When the prices increases, demand curve shift rightwards. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ leftwards, both are opposite. ಇದು right ಆದ್ರೆ left, ಅದು left ಆದ್ರೆ right. P0 ಕಿಂತ P2 prices increase ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ the supply curve shift of the leftwards of the original supply curve. This E point and this one the equilibrium G point. Here also make the G point. Here G point also equilibrium point quantity also. Here Q0 and Q2 and P2 it is the price level. Same thing here, when the price is decreases from a P0 to P1. P0 in the P1 it decreases ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ price decreases ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ the original supply curve. This one is the E point, it is the original supply curve. F point it is the change. It is a rightwards shift of the curve. Both are, you can see here arrow marks here. Both are the same directions here. Here also same directions and here also same directions. You can see here same. This is the shift in the demand curve. Don't forget it. In the demand curve, prices increases means shift of the rightwards. In the supply curve, price increases means shift of the leftwards. Price decreases means in the demand curve, shift of the leftwards, and supply curve decreases rightwards, shift of the demand and supply curve. Just I am given the explanation here. Just this one and this one here. And shift in a demand when the quantity demanded changes. ಯಾವಾಗ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್, not changed the prices, but quantity variation ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, it will be free exit and free entry of the perfect competition. The features of the perfect competition, you learn about the perfect competition features. There have a third point or third or fourth point of the features, free entry and free exit in the perfect competition. According to that one, here given the shift in the demand curve when the quantity demanded changes. It will be explained with the help of this diagram here. This one P is equal to, P means P is not under equilibrium P. It is the equilibrium price equal to the minimum AC curve. Sorry, AC ಬರಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು, A ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. Minimum AC here, price, and this one the quantity. First one equilibrium point, DD curve and DD curve. When the demand curve shift here, price, it means quantity demanded increases Q0 to under original equilibrium quantity to the Q1 quantity increase ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಇದಾವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 15 ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. 15 units of a quantity increases here. This one arrow mark is it is the increases. Here same shift of the rightwards of the demand curve. Demand curve ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದರೆ shift of the curve here, rightwards shift of the demand curve when the quantity changes. Not a price is fixed here. A panel in the B panel, price is fixed, no changes in the prices. Price is fixed, but only quantity increases. Quantity from a Q0 to equilibrium quantity to the Q1 quantity increases, shift of the demand curve here. It makes a F also, and E point to F point, rightward shift of the demand curve here. When the price is equal, quantity decreases from a Q0 to Q2. Prices decreases from a original equilibrium Q0 to Q2, quantity to Q2 here. The demand curve shift, it makes a G1 here. This arrow mark, this is the E is the original point. Whenever it give the E is the original equilibrium point. The curve, demand curve shift of the leftward shift here, leftwards of the shift of the demand curve. It means quantity also increases, the demand curve shift rightwards. Quantity decreases means the demand curve shift leftwards. So this is the free entry and free exit ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೇನು ಮಾಡೀನಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಬದಲಿನ ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊ. ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ changes. Rightwards and leftwards, it is very important. Rightwards and leftwards. Next, it is a basic of the diagrams, a shift of the demand and supply when the prices and quantity changes. This one. And next topic, it is a simultaneously shift of the demand curve, but ಇದನ್ನು next ವಿಡಿಯೋದೊಳಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನೋಡು, just homework. We see the homework here. According to that topic, what I am covered here, 1 marks and 2 marks questions are covered here in this video. In this topic, it means shift in the demand and supply curve. It means fill in the blanks, and next choose the correct answers. ಒಳಗೆ ಇದೇನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ರೈಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಓದ್ರಿ. ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 marks 6 marks ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮನ್ನು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಇದು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆದರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದಾಗ ಯಾವ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ ಕರ್ವ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ. ವಿಡಿಯೋ 1 or 2 times ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.